Check 1 2.
Rhyme Fest, August 17th.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. We got Rhyme Fest August 17th,
Yes,
y'all. I'm sure people are waiting for Atmosphere, Living Legends, Dilated People, Swollen Members, and much more.
The Coyotes.
The Coyote. What's up with the Coyote, right?
Hey, they just dropped the new album, the Aliens, something like that. They had some
I think we did an album review on it too. Check that out on the website. Before we get into this very exclusive interview, man, make sure you guys subscribe. Of course.
Oh, we are live. This is the home of underground hip hop. Mondo, talk to.
Make sure you guys subscribe to the website. Join the newsletter. Simply add your email to that area where we ask you for your email. We give away tickets for concerts, give away merch. Check out the latest mic sessions, interviews, album reviews, new videos, new singles, you name it. The voice for the voiceless. Underground hip hop. Isn't it a trip, Prodak, how when you type in underground hip hop on any phone in the world, we're the #1 link?
That's it should be.
World.
You know, fuck social media. That's just secondary, right? OG Rome?
Right, man. Hey, being live in effect, that's the business card nowadays, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
Hey,
we gotta give this man a proper introduction,
Absolutely.
dog. We gotta give this man a proper introduction, Mondo. Talk to me, man.
Yo, we got OG Rome in the motherfucking building, yo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The one and only
Much
Los
respect, man.
Angeles. You know what I mean?
Yes,
LA
sir.
based. What part of LA?
Inglewood City, man. I
Oh,
represent
that's right.
Inglewood, yeah.
Man, how do you feel about the NFL moving into that bitch? Bro,
Actually-
Inglewood's turning into a fucking spaceship, bro.
I'm gonna tell you like
I'm
this.
just being real.
Personally,
How do you feel about that? I don't know.
The apartments I grew up in got demolished to put in the Clipper Stadium.
That's wild.
So the apartments where we sold crack from is where they have the dope ass new hotels. So all that area is where I grew up at. You know.
It's just a weird, like, the division it's weird to me. Because it's like you have these multi-billion-dollar stadiums
in the hood.
right? And then right across the street, dog, Section 8 housing.
Yeah.
Right?
The hoods, everything, man. Matter of fact, they're closing down my old high school because of that, you know? Morningside High School.
Shout out to all the homeowners out there.
Yeah.
All of our black and brown people that actually own homes in that area, because damn, they struck gold.
Right.
Because those houses are worth millions now.
Yes.
Doesn't matter if it's a little 2-bedroom.
Right.
1.2. Why? Because it's right there off the block of Inglewood Stadium.
Don't sell. As a homeowner, was it recommended to not to sell? Was that like
You're making money just charging for parking, you know?
fire?
I see that. I
Yeah.
see that, right?
And the traffic be from Century all the way to Imperial. So that's around 15, 20 streets, you know?
That's
Crazy.
fucking sick, bro. How many years have you been rapping?
Man, literally, when I was in the block since when I was in high school, we used to do it at the blacktop here and there. I never took it serious. But in 2005, when my brother got shot, man, I'm like, you know what? Let me record my first song. I recorded my first song without knowing bars, so I ended up.
But slow down.
2005.
That's a lot of substance right there, bro. Your brother getting shot, bro.
Yeah.
You're
A lot
like
of stuff
you're
went
talking
on,
like
right?
as if it was just like nonchalant, bro. I'm sure.
Well,
you
that
know,
was my motivation to take this shit serious. You know?
That's a big. I'm sure that was a traumatic day
Yeah.
for anyone. Like
Exactly.
a family member, getting shot. Now was he shot or did he?
He got shot in the back of the head while he was out doing his thing, and he was only 17 years old. And my story comes from my dad getting shot in the head also. So when he got shot, I'm like, you know what? I'm the last of the man, so I need to, move a little differently. So from doing my first song, my first show was with Mac 10 at the Key Club. So I always play sports, high school football, college football. So I never thought music would take me this far. And in order for me to take it serious, I had to take it serious. I learned how to do, literally on-stage performances. I videotaped every single one of my shows. I went back to the old school Motown and learned all the ins and outs, just to prepare myself because I know that I didn't have it at the moment.
Man, that's deep, huh, Prodak?
Bro, shout out to OG Rowe, man. He just invited us to a party. He has a party every year for his
Yeah.
birthday, bro. So we went. Shout out to my boy Jazzo the Juggernaut,
Jazzo.
always bringing me out there. And the people that come around, bro, you'd be surprised, bro. Like the type of celebrities that West Coast hip hop.
Old
You
school
know?
legends.
So it's just not a birthday party. It's like a mixer, a networking
So
shebang.
I did it my first year because every event like if you go back to my profiles, you'll see I've been there at every event supporting legends, corrupt, cocaine, at all the events. That's why they call me Mr. Everywhere.
Well, you have to show face.
Exactly.
That's
and that's how you network.
right?
That's how you network. You can't, you can't be expecting to get famous at the fucking house. So I put in
or
that
off
work.
the phone.
Exactly. And I'm like,
what? But a lot of these new kids do blow up off the phone, though, right? Right? Like it's a strange world, right?
Right. And I'm like, you know what? Let me see if these guys support me the way I support them. So I did my first annual birthday bash and had Rappin' Forte come over, a couple of the legends. And then over the years, I made it so I could acknowledge hardworking individuals like underground hip hop, like Prodak, like Jazzo. Everybody that grinds, I invite them and they're my special guests. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
Because at the end of the day, a lot of these celebrities that we see behind them is hardworking individuals like us who film, who edit, who put in that hardworking engineering to make their music sound good and for them to shine. So I'm like, you know what? This is a way for me to give back. And ever since then, it's a birthday bash networking event. And I didn't have, everybody from Mellow Mayonnaise, Kid Frost. I didn't have Capone and Noriega fly out from New York, teach me how to Dougie. I mean, everybody, man. As long as they support, man, they're gonna be out there. Why? Because every big name wants to. These underground artists want to do songs with these big names. So at the same time, they need to come out here and network with these places where they're gonna get those kind of features.
Yo, that's.
It's a win-win situation.
But you know how vital that is, bro? Because you don't have to throw these fucking shows.
At all.
No, am I real?
Yeah. And I do it at my house. And luckily, 9 years, nobody's ever fought. Never no drama. And it's always good to see everybody leave with a phone number and later on online working with each other.
A full independent show, fully funded. It's your networking party, your birthday, but you create opportunities for cats if they want it.
Yep. Interviews, red carpet, free concert in the backyard, free liquor, food, everything, man. So, we get them drunk, we get them sober, and we keep...
So you're done with the days where, like, homies are like, yo, can you introduce me to him? Or can you talk to him for me? I'm like, what the fuck? Just go up, just pull up to the show. Yeah, he's fucking right there. I can't do nothing about it.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
I hate when cats come up to me, bro, and they're like, yo...
Can you plug me in?
Hey, dog, can you talk? Can you say what's up? I'm like, dude, he's fucking 10 feet away from me.
Don't talk to him, fool.
I'm like, bro, you're fucking embarrassing me here, bro.
Right. They don't know the formula. You are the business card. At the end of the day, it don't matter what it is that you're presenting. They're going to judge you by your character.
You have to be a wolf.
You have to have good energy and be able to keep a conversation and present your product at any time, any moment,
And aside from that, fool, it's a West Coast backyard boogie, fool.
Dancing,
Come
everybody.
on, fool. You got all cultures in there, bro.
Look,
it's
I just recently saw, I don't know if I could, one of your clips on Instagram, you had Snoop Dogg. Right there, right?
It's one of my boy Eric Flynn. She's the lookalike Snoop Dogg. They use him for all Snoop Dogg's videos.
Fuck out of here.
That's that Snoop Dogg stunt man.
Hey, I thought he was fucking. It worked. I thought he was fucking Snoop Dogg.
Facts. But I ain't got to fake the funk, man. He's a hardworking actor, individual. He comes out to all our events. He is the fill-in for Snoop Dogg when he's not around.
Look it. You know what I found out about Snoop Dogg just recently? I just thought it was fucking strange, just weird. He's over there in the Olympics. He's in Paris.
Oh, he's competing.
Right? No. He's not competing.
He's doing shit. About 500K.
No. He's showing face. After taxes, he's getting 350K.
Wow. You see that?
A day.
Yeah.
Like after taxes, right? Mm-hmm. Imagine how much his manager, that 5%.
Turned up.
That bro. But is he worth 500K a day to show face and to hold the fucking torch?
So we, like you said, and I'm like, you know what? That's a lot. But for these people, like BlackRock and Vanguard and people that run the
that's
TV,
not a lot.
that is nothing.
If
a commercial is
worth
right? 1 or 2 million,
yeah.
Just you have to pay them 1 or 2 million. They got commercials all day. That's chump change, man. That just lets us know how much more money there is to be made.
I just thought, I had to mention that, bro.
Yeah.
Cause so you heard about the same thing, right? He's getting paid 500K
like,
a day.
But then that allows a lot of people who don't watch the Olympics, a lot of people from Latino and Black culture who are not tapped in.
But that just goes to show how big hip hop influences, bro. That they have to do it now.
I met Snoop Dogg's uncle at your party.
Nice. Yeah. A lot of his family, a lot of the Dog Pound have always, showed up and showed love,
Some OG, fool, with an old school Laker jacket.
Nice.
Fire. Hell yeah, man. And it's always active, bro. You see all cultures in there, bro. You see black and brown and everybody, bro. It's just a beautiful backyard boogie. every year OG Rome's party, man.
Yes, sir, man. The cops know about it. They don't even trip, you know. They just tell me to put it down around 3 o'clock, and we finish around 5:30, you know.
In the morning.
Good times, good times.
You know, for a little bit, like for I think a couple months, I was not roommates. We all lived in the same house, but with Corrupt.
Nice.
You know, he was out about, you know, living with the homie and shit. Homie, Dr. Zodiac. Shout out to homie Danny.
Then you guys were right back up there in the mansion. I used to be up there.
I used to live there.
So I used to be out there filming for Corrupt. A lot of his first videos with cocaine.
Maybe that's where, because I was upstairs.
Dr. Zodiac, he used to be from my team, Road Dogs, and no, not the Zodiac.
Danny.
No, that's Danny. But
shout out to Danny, man. He showed me love. I was living over there in Whittier and Mansion. You know, he showed me a lot, bro. He influenced a lot. You know, he was part of our first, projects visually on Underground Hip Hop Blog, and man, yeah, I was there.
You remember?
I was there with Caviar Gold, Moon Rocks, all that shit. I know
when
how all that shit
started,
all that went down, bro. Like, much respect to all the brands and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I was out of it. You know,
right? J2 Graphics. You remember him? The graphic designer. Yeah. So I got him signed when I used to go up there because he used to have me all lit up, bro. All my graphics top notch. You know what I'm saying? And then I introduced him to Dr. Zodiac, and he paid the right price, and he signed it to him. And
that's dope.
The first
maybe that's where you probably recognize me because we were doing shows together, us and Dr. Zodiac.
Whatchamacallit from NWA was up there with us. Remember? What's his name?
TJ Yella.
No, the owner.
I saw all kinds of cats in there, Giller Priest. All kinds of cats were going in and out of that house, bro. And it was a blessing. I learned a lot. I met a lot of cats.
You were filming videos for Corrupt?
Yeah, a couple of videos, man. You gotta get in where you're fitting. I already knew that as a Latino, you can only get so far as the music business, as far as them giving you a certain respect. So when I started filming for them, then we started bartering. So now you owe me. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's how I got my features with Corrupt. That's how my features with Cocaine. That's how I got my rapping for Tay was at my house for a whole month. We got a whole album. At the end of the day, man, you gotta make yourself worth something. And don't let these motherfuckers take advantage of you, because at the end of the day, man, this is the way I look at it. I rap, you rap. That's 1-1. I rap and engineer. That's 2-1. I rap, engineer, and do music videos. That's 3-1. Yeah. I rap, engineer, man. So
make graphics, do all
my self importance and my worth is way more than the way I look at everybody else.
Hell yeah, just.
So powerful, dog. He just shut off our camera after we said it, dog.
Yeah. The shit he was saying was gold right now. That's fire, bro. Just a man of many hats, bro.
You have to learn it, man.
Man of many hats, bro. You gotta be good in a lot of things. You know what I'm saying?
But
we still live. We're still
cool. And what I noticed is that when
your bike's off. Your bike's off.
What's cool and what I noticed is that when you're performing live, dude, you just entertain. It's like you're an entertainer.
That's what I wanted to do. Something different is that as a Latino, they expect us to be up there just like this, with our elbows up and just
side to side.
And some individuals, they find themselves in a situation where there's only 10 people or 20 people in the crowd. And I done stuff in the backyard. I done big concerts, the convention centers. I done big stuff, and I give 100% every single moment, like I'm trying to win the golden ticket. You never know who you're gonna meet. It could be a small crowd or a big crowd. You just got to give everybody your energy.
You're performing. I see you perform. I see you turn up.
Yes, sir.
And the energy's there. You know what I mean?
We be wilding, man.
So what kind of projects do you have out? Any music videos? Any new albums? Any new projects that we have to look forward to?
So just learning a little bit from the industry, like listening to Russ, who went go platinum independently. He's like, you know what? You gotta drop out all these singles. Man,
that fool Russ, dog. That fool, he be talking a lot of game talking a lot of shit too.
So I'm like, you know what?
All the bloggers and shit, yo.
Industry shit.
Funny fucking story, bro. We've been around for ages.
All right.
Right. We founded 2012, and I remember Russ and his team emailing us, and we would never post them.
Damn.
So when I see those fucking videos, he's talking about us, dog.
Shots fired.
Yeah, fuck all the blogs that were ignoring me. Well, fuck, dude. Like,
oh man,
what do you expect?
It takes a while to believe, man. You got to make people believe.
We fucked up.
And just from
we take full accountability,
learning
Russ.
from his formula, he's like drop singles and you know drop little skits. And if people want the music video,
But most importantly, he was submitting. He was hitting up all the websites. He was in the blog sphere before it was even popular.
Wow.
He was creating the email blasts.
nice.
Right. This was back in 2012.
Wow.
And it's funny how he comes a long way, and now he's like practically a mentor to a lot of MCs.
Exactly.
Right?
Man. I'm talking about it because when you see somebody doing good, and you don't got to change the formula, man. You ain't got to change it, man. You just got to, you know, do your own thing and put your own flavor, man.
Sprinkle your own little...
Yeah. So what I did is say, you know what? I'm dropping a single every Sunday this whole year. So 2004, I have over 120, 30 songs recorded. I have my own studio. I wake up, jump out of bed, go into the studio, mix, master my own shit, and put it out. My problem was that I wanted somebody who could mix and master 10 times better than me. So I started paying for that. Then I realized these motherfuckers sound just like me. So I'm like, you know what? Got my confidence back. And now I'm letting out singles every Sunday in the year of 2024 and every Friday in 2025. So if you look at my Instagram, it already has the dates, the song release names, the features. Got rapping for. I got a lot of legends on them, and mostly a lot of my singles, you know.
Fool, you have a whole year planned out in music?
2 years. 2 years. 2 years.
That's dedication, bro.
But man, I held those motherfuckers. I got some songs that I released last Sunday that was in my fucking vault for 10 years.
That's crazy. I gotta ask, what's going on? Why are you releasing all this music? Like you know?
I want to flood it. And but why I took so long was, for instance, last year, 51 shows back to back. We only have certain amount of weekends the whole year. Look at the year. And you see me how I'm grinding, bro. 51 shows last year, 40 the year before. I'm moving around, and that doesn't allow me to release the music, you know. So that was also my fault for lacking, because I'm a one-man army. I try to do it all myself. And now that I have a management, OC Bree, it allows me to do more of my personal stuff, which allows me to engineer, mix, and release all this music. Because I also do the graphics.
Because the thing is that you're doing everything, fool.
Yeah.
And it's taking up a lot of time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It takes up a lot of time. You got to be there working. Engineering doesn't take 5 minutes.
And then
it's not a preset. You know what I mean?
And the problem is when you're in, you have the whole system, you find yourself learning something new, and you go back to another song and redo it again and redo it again.
I'm with you on that.
It's good and a bad thing, you know?
That's a beautiful thing about being like I want to say independent, you know? The fact that you're in full control of your creativeness, of what you release, what you don't release, what you drop. Right now, for instance, you're doing a lot of like party music. You're doing a lot of club music. You're doing a lot of hype music. You know what I mean? What has led that? Like, what took it?
Well, I looked at it, like I was saying outside, man, being at the Latin Grammys and watching a lot of these Latinos, and the reason they're getting...
Hold on, you were at the Latin Grammys?
Yeah, 2 years in a row. But at the same time, watching these individuals release this music, it's not like they don't have 1,000 songs, but the industry wants something that you could dance to. If me and you...
Damn, Jesus, I think I would burn if I walk into the fucking Latin Grammys, bro.
You start melting.
Walk in there and start melting and shit. I was like, yo, what the fuck?
But inspiration is the most, you know.
It is
the
though.
best thing.
But much respect. But to get on that level, it is an anomaly, and you have to respect it.
And at the end of the day, hey,
to become an icon in the world, right? It's fucking
and it's a lot of responsibility, bro. You know?
Look at Pitbull. He's fucking so big. He fucking purchased the stadium now.
Oh wow.
He purchased the fucking the soccer team. He not only purchased the stadium, but he owns the goddamn soccer team in Florida.
Wow. And that led me to the next artist, which was Pitbull. If you look at Pitbull, all his music is universal. Don't do music for the homies. Do music for the world.
Yeah, and we all know he has bars.
So when you go to...
Right? Like, he's probably one of the only MCs that like super pop and
party
rock.
bars.
But then if you throw him an underground hip-hop, he'll fucking shred it.
Yeah. And it was nothing to him for him to just say, you know what, I'm going to switch up the instrumentals. Man, the instrumentals guide us. Period. You feel me? The instrumentals tell us if it's gonna be emotional, if it's gonna be party, if it's gonna be about a certain subject. So I try my best when it comes to the music I perform. I just assume nobody knows me. And if they're not gonna know me, you have 10 minutes to show them what you got and make them dance, make them move.
Make them rock.
Make them rock. And it don't take much, man. I literally, if I have to get in front of you and give you the mic, I'll make sure, you know. If you got good music, you don't have to make it so hard on yourself. It's just, repetitive shit. ABC, 1, 2, 3,
That's fucking dope, dude. Right, Prodak?
It's fire, fool. The level of intricacy, be able to jump from here to here.
So
making music.
So what's your definition of underground hip hop? Like when just that term alone. Like, what do you see that as?
Underground hip hop. Everybody at the end of the day has their own opinion. My opinion, your opinion, everybody's their own opinion. Underground hip hop to me has a cultural foundation of boom bap sound, a cultural foundation of speaking more about things that matter instead of ass and titties. You feel me? Less about clubbing and more about intricacy and having a meaning. So I just feel like if underground hip hop or hip hop itself, just not underground, just hip hop, had more of an opportunity to shine, the world would be a better place. You feel me? So now we're stuck with this mumble rap and this entertainment, which you don't have to be good in entertainment.
Bro, he describes underground hip hop perfectly. No, you do, bro. Like,
you guys are the foundation of everything. Without that,
there's like Immortal Technique. He's Latino, right? And his messages are profound.
Yeah.
Right?
Selling out stages.
Yeah, right?
Coliseums and all that.
Damn, that's the realest definition I've had on this podcast for a while now, bro.
Wow.
Because that's what people expect of what underground hip hop. A lot of people say, yeah, it's fools that don't get famous, or it's fools that are like on the rise, or they're not, relevant. No, man, there's iconic underground artists.
And this is just like love and hate. Hate might come real fast, and love might take a long time, but it's everlasting. This music, hip hop, is everlasting. People that have real content and like you said, they might say, oh, these people ain't getting famous, but I bet you that song's gonna be touching somebody's heart longer than somebody rapping about ass and titties. It may get you hyped up for that one night, but listen to somebody who's real and you could relate to, well, that's just a little bit longer.
But there is the club scene. There is the nightlife.
Yeah.
And people embrace it.
Yeah.
I embraced it.
Yeah.
I partied a little bit too much though. You know what I'm saying? Back in my day.
Well, fuck, you said you lived with the Zodiac.
Bro, dog, it was
that
crazy.
had to be a party right there.
It was fucking
fool.
crazy,
That fool
bro.
started the felony fights. He started the bum fights. He was
But do you feel like the Latino genre itself is bigger than ever?
Yeah. First of all, the Latino genre has been its own genre, except that we're in America. There's hip hop, rap in Mexico right now. It's been taken off.
And they don't rely on American influences anymore, right? Remember that at one point they were all like obsessed with American hip hop, but now these kids are looking up to these OGs that are in Mexico now, or in Latin America.
Sican, everybody out there, you know what I'm saying? They doing their own thing. They have their own platform, and they're influencing a whole different generation. Not relying on the marketing and the platforms that America has. So if you go out there, you're going to realize that we got a place already. Now, over here, I think in the last year, Chicano and Latino rap has blown the hell up. As I spoke outside, we just need to come together and help each other instead of making it such a political thing. Because like I was telling them, there's Bloods and Crips in every event that I go to. They're out there making money. They're not banging.
So there's a little term that I got. Mm-hmm. It's called Edgar rap. Edgar hip hop.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, there's a phase of Latino hip hop going around. I believe it's just
Edgar
catering
rap.
to the Edgar market.
Right.
Gang banging the youngsters, just the dudes that are running into the 7-Elevens and shit.
Right.
The dudes that are going to the
that's them right there.
To those street takeovers.
Right. And you know one thing is
Money Science Way. I think that was like more Edgar rap to me.
Rest in peace, Money Science.
You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace.
Right.
But like you said, there's a part that involves heavy narcissism, right? Narcissism, right? I don't know.
You got them,
right?
Yeah.
You know what that means, right?
Yeah.
Just like you said, like music with no meaning, gang banging. There's a big divide. There's an industry of just going on Instagram beefing with some fool, and then you're gonna get viral. You're gonna get clicks. You're gonna get interviews.
Right.
How do you feel about that, bro? Like,
thank you
us being Latinos, bro. Like,
thank you for bringing it up, man. And
the
thank
food
you.
pages. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, from the outside looking in, you're kind of like, whoa. That's how I feel.
It's entertainment, but it's disappointing. If you're knowledgeable about hip hop, if you know about just life, everything, man, and as far as we have struggled to get any recognition, it's great to see them shine, but it's disappointing because at the end of the day, they're just following the last man's formula of being negative. All these platforms, that's why I acknowledge underground hip hop. Why? Because you guys are focused on shining people's hard work and their individual talents instead of trying to find a situation where you're caught up in the industry where you just want to get a little meme and post that so that other people can have beef. And at the end of the day, man, nobody's winning. Our whole coach, they're all laughing at us because we're so damn talented. And I'm gonna tell you right now, all the DJs, Latinos. All the fans that buy and go to these concerts, look at the legends. They all say it. The Latinos in the front of the stage. There's all cultures, but if the front of the stage, dancing is the Latinos. If we just manage to help each other, work with each other, have somebody that bridges the gap.
But look, I see it like, I see that raza as a whole, they're attacking each other more than any other race out there.
Facts.
I don't know.
Facts.
I don't know. Do you feel like that, Prodak, sometimes?
It's because
or do we live in an echo chamber?
No,
Does
the
the
thing
AI or the algorithm make us think that way? Bro?
No, you know what? A lot of the influence that goes worldwide is this gang culture. You know what I'm saying? This LA, Los Angeles gang culture is like.
I don't even think it's gang culture. I think they're glorifying prison culture.
Prison.
I mean, it all falls in the same umbrella.
It feels even more
it's in the
deeper
same
than that.
street crime, grimy agenda. You know what I mean? It's the same thing, bro. And that's what influences the world to want to be like. You got little kids in Colorado dressing all baggy and want to be all gangster. You know, and that's what. If we keep idolizing this, it's gonna continue to like, you know, our kids are just gonna get more dumbed down, and our kids are just gonna get more. Now you got little kids doing big crimes, bro.
I mean, since when being caught up is a good thing? Since when
being on the run?
Since when fucking up do you get a trophy? Since when it doesn't? Yeah. And at the end of the day, the way that I look at it is I work my ass off from leaving the streets to doing positive with my music. And for somebody who comes out of prison to come on these podcasts, and nobody individually, but just everybody with that state of mind, you can't even get yourself a license. You probably live at your mom's house. You got no vehicle. You got nothing going on for yourself, but you want to be the one giving advice to people out here in these podcasts? No, man, sit back and realize that there's a lot of responsibilities with the things that you're saying and doing. You feel me? And I said it like that. Get your license first. If you can't get a driver's license, damn, that's an obstacle. And you know how hard it is for motherfuckers who got so much fucking bullshit.
Yo, unfortunately, a lot of people don't understand it's not a right, it's a privilege. Right? Remember that saying?
Yeah.
Yo, shout out to OG Rome right here, spitting some facts, spitting some gangs, spitting some.
Nah, man, I come from a bad background, and there's no reason to idolize it. Because at the end of the day, when you realize you come out of bullshit, you weren't making the right decisions, man. You were just mad at the world, thinking that you're bad, thinking that you're gonna get a trophy for being the baddest motherfucker. I went from manipulating people to influencing. If you're able to manipulate people to do and put in dirt and go shoot people, then you already got those stripes. Now you're responsible for that big old crowd. And that's why when I started, shout out to my boy out here in the back, he realized when we go back to the Green Turtle days, I used to come in there 20, 30 deep with all my homeboys. But not everybody that you start with is cut out for this industry.
Shout out to the Green Turtle. You know I live in Uptown Whittier. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck, dude, that's an iconic spot right there.
Those are the spots to if
you know,
were
so many fools got shot, fucking stabbed there, bro. Like, honestly, let's be real, bro.
Yep.
A lot of vatos were pulling up to that shit.
I'm telling you, man.
A lot of fucking lowriders.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Yo, man, shout out to OG Rome. This is undergroundhiphopblog.com.
You know,
man.
no hate to anybody out there with the podcast. I just realized that when they get to a certain point,
but you're speaking your shit.
Utilize that to help each other, man. What you doing sitting there talking shit about the next man? What are you doing? At the end of the day, anytime you talk shit about the next man, that I know that's called being a fucking chismoso. You feel me?
Damn, that's
talk
deep.
Your shit, Jerome.
That's the definition of it, right?
That's exactly what the fuck it is.
This is an exclusive.
You ever heard if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say it at all? Because words are energy, bro. How the fuck you think I got out the hood? Not by saying, oh, I'm not gonna make it. It's by saying I'm gonna make it. By saying that I'm not gonna hang out with the certain individuals that are keeping me back. By motivating myself every single day. You feel me? And then to watch all this Latinos shining right now, but off of negativity, it's only gonna last this long. You feel me?
Hey, well, look, make sure you let us know about your next birthday bash, bro. I would love to, stop by.
It's the 10th
shake
annual.
hands, people. You know what I'm saying?
Every year in July.
We'll pull up.
Sir. Hell yeah. We on.
Man, shout out to OG Rome. This is undergroundhiphopblog.com. We got Prodak Pistolas in the building right here.
Yes, sir.
We got Zapata the Ghost backstage. You know what I'm saying? He's up next. Man, thank you for sitting down with us. Thank you for giving us a couple hours of your day.
Thank you, brother.
This beautiful Saturday night. Before we let you go, any shout outs, anything you want fans to know, what's coming up, any new shows?
Yes, sir, man. I want to shout out my manager, OC Bree. Shout out my road dogs out there supporting. I got a show tomorrow at the Canyon with Mellow Mayonnaise and Lighter Shade of Brown. Then next week,
Canyon, the Quiet Canyon?
The Canyon Montclair.
Okay, the Canyon Montclair.
Yeah. They fixed it up. Looks big as fuck, you know, it looks nice. Then we got next show next Saturday at this dispensary, Goat Global. Then the following Saturday, it's going to be a dog show in downtown LA for the Winner's Circle. Shout out to my homeboy Logo Man. And then and then on the end of the month, we got the West Coast Hip Hop Awards. Last year, I won Latino Artist of the Year. So shout out to my boys out there, man. So, and then November 7th, man, I could keep going, bro. We stay booked the whole year.
Man, accolades after accolades, right?
Fire, busy,
Prodak.
man. It's being busy, man. It's part. You want to get into the industry and the game.
Got to sacrifice, man.
That's what you got to do, man.
Make sure you guys subscribe to the website. Give us your email. Win some tickets. Get some free merch. Why not, right, Prodak?
Hey, what are you doing next Saturday? You said you had a show, right?
Yes, sir.
But if you don't got nothing else popping, we got Rhyme Fest.
Make sure you guys pull up. It's going to be quite possibly one of the last real true underground hip hop festivals in the history of the planet Earth, bro.
Nice.
That's how I fucking see it.
Yes, sir.
But anyways, thank you, OG Rome.
Yes,
we'll
sir.
see you guys soon. I'm going to take a picture with you on the wall before I let you
do
go.